a storm is about to hit the country, maybe tomorrow or the next day. So it's very, very hot today. Science. Anyway, so my AC is on and my hair is up because it's very, very hot and humid. And today we will talk about the first book of the Starbound series by Amie Kaufman and Meagan. So, the first book was published in 2013 and I entered the BookTube universe in 2015. So I have never heard of it until I found it on my own, I guess 2 years ago. That's when I knew it existed. I only knew it existed because I saw the audiobook in the sci-fi section. I only listen to sci-fi in audio. So anyway, point being, I think since I didn't know the series through BookTube, I'm guessing it did not receive a very, very high hype during its time. I'm not sure, but when I entered in 2015, I've heard a lot of books, but not about the Starbound series. So anyway, there are 3 books. I think personally you could read them not in order. The love story in the first book is different in the second and the third. There are 3 pairs and then 3 separate stories that may interlock, but not really. You won't get confused if you didn't read the first or the third book. We always say do not judge a book by its cover, but I judged this book by its cover. I chose it not only because it has 2 narrators, which is one of my primary requirements before listening to an audiobook, but because of the cover. It looks really, really good. I'll show it here. I hope I can show it here or maybe in the thumbnail of this video, but you'll see it. Some of you may know how it looks. All the books in the series looks really, really good. And my God, not only is the artwork, the book cover, but also the content of the story. Every story is good. I'll tell you more about the 2 other books on next videos, but the first one, it sealed the deal. After listening to this audiobook, I just went, Meagan Spooner and Amie Kaufman co-wrote books. All of them are auto-listen. That's how it happened with me. That's how good this first book is. I forgot to tell you the title of the book. So it's This Broken Stars by Amie Kaufman and Meagan Spooner. So the story of This Broken Stars is about Lilac and Tarver. Lilac is a rich girl, the daughter of the richest man in space, because they already live in space, Earth and space. Okay. And Tarver is a war veteran, a war hero. They are on board or aboard, how do you say it? They are on board the ship named Icarus, and what happens is Icarus crashes. When it crashes to a planet, I forgot what the planet's name is. The planet is empty and the only survivors of the crash is Lilac and Tarver. They have to survive. At first, they didn't know if they could be rescued, but that's where the story goes, trying to be rescued or maybe just survive and settle in that planet. So that's the premise of the story. And there's a bit of magic in it, but you'll see it when you get there, and it's really good. I think, not knowing how much hype it received during its time, this me now without any knowledge, I think this series is underrated. People should read it. Or maybe better, they should listen to the audiobook. It's not as good as the Illuminae with the sound effects, but the story the narration, it's 5 out of 5 stars. The rest of the series is still 5 out of 5 stars. It will be and is one of my favorite series in my favorite list of my life. And yes, I hope you listen to it. If you listen to it, if you have listened or read about it, let's talk in the comments. Or maybe you can send me a message and we can fangirl together, because it's difficult to fangirl just on my own. And yes, that's it. I'll see you on the next one.